Tokoza. Yeah, sitting outside in my carport, um, relaxing. Like I say, relax, respect, repeat. Um, what's the day? Today is the 3rd, October 3rd, 2017. There's a lot of stuff going on out here right now. Um, there was a shooting in Las Vegas. Real interesting times right now. Uh, see a lot of stuff going on. So you see a lot of people going through a lot of different changes and stuff mentally too, huh? So what we're about to see some more people go ahead and get more crazy, as it appears. I see people are talking about Illuminati stuff and things of that nature. They pushing that real hard right now too. So now you got people going back into being afraid of the Illuminati and things. But like we say, Tokoza, we got resounding reasons to rejoice, because our ancestors are here and our ancestors are real. And so a lot of the stuff that people are trying to get people to be afraid of and things like that, we don't have to be afraid anymore. We don't have to be so intimidated either, because the truth is, the whole point of all this ignorance, keeping us in ignorance for so long, has been to show that people have been intimidated by the intelligence of us and our ancestors for a very long time. So for them to be trying to keep us away from knowing ourselves for so long, that's been the trick. So it's a beautiful day and time. I've heard it referred to as a great and dreadful day. It's great and dreadful at the same time, huh? So yeah. So just hold your head, keep your head up. If you know what's going on as far as you getting to know yourself right here, right now, then keep doing that right now. And let's get focused on that. Just focus on knowing you right now. And then, like-minded people will be coming together. It's a gathering right now of like-minded people being able to come together and combine these forces, because what are we without force? That's what my master teacher, Dr. Malachi Z. York, said. What are we, without force? I think about that. That's real. Everything is energy. And then he also told us, he said, your job is to do your part. And it's one of my favorite reminders, if you would, because once you know what your part is, then you just do your part. So with us being unified together, that's an extreme thing. So like, yeah, I just was blessed earlier today by some Moorish brothers in a Moorish restaurant. They gave me some love, man. Just offer some smoothies, and it go to show you when we move in love, they know who we are wherever we go. And when we move together, that's the most scary thing that these folks is. I mean, these folks are afraid. If you're not familiar with what happened with Dr. York, if you're not familiar with what has happened and what we're fighting for as Nuwapians, as our nation, or if you, better yet, I could say, like, if you scared to, if you've been made afraid by people to, like, just read his books, because you got us fighting each other talking about pseudo this or whatever else, man. Look, the time that we in right now, just me being 1,000 with you straight up, the time that we in right now, you better be talking about connecting with that force which is real in you right now, straight up. All this like, no one wins the race in racism, so we're not coming out here being racist. If anything, we talking about knowing who people are directly for real by nature. So we talking about being natural. By natural nature, we are animists. We understand everything is energy. And people can call me crazy if they like. Gogo Ganyizi Putuma is validated at this point. So that's fine. But yeah, this video right here was just to say, I see what's going on over here in the Las Vegas thing and all that. All this stuff is interesting, you know. It's interesting because you wonder, like, how was this orchestrated? You know, who actually orchestrated it? You know, you start asking questions like that, and we don't ask those questions for the purpose of going into some old, or we get into the conspiracy theory. No, we talking about the fact that there's been a whole lot of conspiracies that have taken place already. So you live in a place that's full of conspiracy. So then when you live in a place that's full of conspiracy and then more things happen, it's only natural that people would ask questions. But then the time of everything too, right? I mean, you got people going, like I said, first off, death doesn't exist in that sense to where, oh, it's all over. We in the position of now we all scared to transition, right? So as long as they can keep people inside of a fear of the unknown, as far as that messes people up. But then when you don't have fear anymore, that messes people up that want to have control over you. Once you lose your fear, they lose control. So that's why, like, I respect, like, even with some of the little companies that came out in the past, like No Fear and stuff like that, you see these white guys, they'll be, you know, really pumping this stuff, and I would always kind of wonder, like, what is it that make these cats kind of go, you know, where they went? I mean, like, even with your hard rock white guys and all that stuff like that, these cats get to a point to where, I mean, they grew up having parents not really giving them spankings and stuff like that. They ain't get whooped. They ain't had nothing to worry about like we did when we was growing up. So we wasn't scared. We had fear beat into us, and that was beat into us out of fear of protecting us, especially from where we from. Where I'm from South Carolina. So being where I'm from, like, we got grandparents who told us a story. Hold on, baby. We got grandparents who told us stories about, like, you know, literally being afraid, you know, for the lives of their children, and then that whole beating and everything like that. You literally had to get into beating the children in order to keep them to be able to, you know, hold their mouths so that they wouldn't get whooped and beat and killed, you know, right on plantations that we still see in South Carolina. You know, so then when you have a guy go on his knee for freaking trying to say he's standing up for, you know, police brutality, or against police brutality, should I say, then you have this president guy who go and do, you know, I don't even have to get into that, but y'all already know. But then look at the response. You know, the response all over America was split down the middle. You know, it was like, oh, they disrespecting the flag, they disrespecting military personnel, you know, that gave their life and everything else. But then as soon as you turn around and then you got a country western concert jumping off with like 20,000 people there that don't look like me, and I'm not saying that to be you know, racist. I'm just talking about what happened. Because, like, I come from watching movies like Wag the Dog, and this joint kind of reminds me of all that. So, you know. But anyway, the children calling me now, so that'll be the end of this video for now. So we'll come back where we leave off. All right, peace.